Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to FranTastic InSights, where we provide insights from some of the coolest people in franchising. My name is Alesia Visconti. I am your host, and I am also the president and CEO of FranServe and Franchise Dictionary magazine. Now, FranServe is the largest franchise consulting organization in the world, and our mission is very simple. We help change people's lives through franchise ownership. And we do that through a network of incredible franchisors and franchise consultants, all dedicated to help people like you explore franchise opportunities. Now, today I'm very excited. I have Kristina McGarvey with us. She is with HomeWell Care Services. So hello, Kristina, and welcome to our show.
Hi, Alesia. Thank you so much for having me on. I am excited to be here today.
Very good. Now, did I get your name correct?
Kristina McGarvey, you've got it.
There you go. You see, with my first name, I'm always careful about people's names, right? So I'm always sensitive to that. So, well, welcome. It's a pleasure to have you on board. You know, I think probably the best way to start, if you can explain a little bit about your company and what it does and your role with the brand, kind of give our audience a little bit of an overview of your place in the franchising world.
Yeah, absolutely. So I actually work for HomeWell Franchising Inc., and we are the franchisor for HomeWell Care Services. Now, HomeWell provides non-medical in-home care to seniors and really any other homebound individual. I do like to know over the age of 18, so that they can remain safely in the comfort of their own homes. Now, here, my role, I am the director of franchise development. So I am out there locating and educating like-minded entrepreneurs who are looking to make a difference in the lives of others. I am so passionate about HomeWell because it's really kind of a unique opportunity. It offers business owners the opportunity to build a very substantial business, but also feel really good while being able to do that. They have that service that they're providing, which is enabling people that are located within their communities, right, to live longer, healthier lives at home, which is just kind of a special opportunity. Recently, I signed up for some Google alerts to make sure, of course, I'm keeping my finger on the pulse on everything happening with HomeWell and the industry. And there were a few alerts that I got that mentioned HomeWell in obituaries. And so sometimes that can be really sad, but the families had included a thank you to HomeWell, to that specific location, and even mentioning caregivers by name. So reading those shows me that we are really making a difference in people's lives, but it also shows me how impactful that this business can be.
You know, I'll tell you something, like you said, you know, it sounds sad, but actually it's very heartwarming, right? To hear how engaged the caretakers are in helping people through, whether it's an aging process or, you know, recovering from an injury or something like that, where, you know, someone's can't get around and you know, take care of their basic home care stuff. So I think that's really very important. And I applaud you tremendously for bringing that point to everyone. Now, you know, when we're talking about HomeWell and we're talking about, you know, what the services do, what do you look for in a franchise owner when someone's not being the recipient, right? Not being the client, but being the franchise owner, the franchisee? What are good traits that make a successful franchisee for your brand?
Yeah, I think this is another actually really cool thing about home care specifically, because it can be a fit for people with diverse backgrounds. We have people that have left corporate America. We have ex-police officers. We have teachers. You kind of name it. And despite what many people think, since our services are all non-medical, there's no healthcare experience or certification that's needed to become an owner. Our most successful owners, I would say, have business management experience. However, they are very comfortable managing some sort of team. So this business, it really relies on building a culture within your office. So strong leadership is definitely a must when we're looking at candidates.
You know, I'll tell you something, I think that's an aha moment for a lot of people, right? they do think that they need to have healthcare backgrounds or some sort of, nursing or, in that regard. And here you're saying, no, as a franchisee, you don't need any of that. Is that correct?
That is correct. The industry has kind of gone a long way over the past 5 years. And so we're looking more for that business-minded individual, and then they're hiring those caregivers that are being that caretaker.
Awesome. That's great. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you guys do a veteran discount for your franchisees. Is that correct? Your
We
franchise owners,
do.
right?
We are
Yeah.
so proud to offer a 20% off veterans discount. We are so thankful for what they do. I was raised by two veterans, we are happy to offer 20% off the initial franchise fee.
Well, that is awesome. And I thank you as well. I am involved in the VetFran for the International Franchise Association. And we know so much evidence of how, people coming out of the military do so well in franchise ownership. So thank you so much for that, for you and your brand.
Absolutely.
Terrific. Now, what about expansion plans? Sometimes when I ask this, I get everywhere, and that may be true too, but are there certain areas in which you're looking to expand right now for the brand?
Yes, and I would say probably that can't everywhere too. We are established nationwide, but we do have a lot of room for growth. Now, if we're boiling it down, this year specifically, we are looking to expand in markets like the Carolinas, Georgia, Missouri, Oklahoma. I'm like 2 miles from the border. So Oklahoma and Indiana.
Awesome. Well, great territory. So people who are listening in that, if you're in those areas, especially, as Kristina said, nationwide. So, but very good markets that you're talking about. So that's great. So let's go a little bit deeper now, talk about one of my favorite hashtags. I use this on social media probably more than I use my own company names in the hashtag, and that's the hashtag of Franchise Strong. When I think of that, I think of the franchise family. I think of how we all come together in good times and rough times. I think about the way that franchising model, duplication of a successful blueprint. All of that to me is what, culminates in Franchise Strong. What does it mean, Kristina, to you and to your brand?
Definitely. I love that hashtag. And I think over the past year and a half, we as a country have been, or everyone, everywhere, have been through so much in the strain from the pandemic on the economy. It was stressed across many industries and various businesses, and many people were losing their livelihoods. But as a franchisor, we took this very seriously, and we made sure that every single one of our franchise owners had updated tools and resources and marketing and supplies and whatever they needed to keep running their business. This is a support that I don't think that you could really find outside of franchising. And we talk about it all the time amongst ourselves, but our owners have a built-in network of entrepreneurs that they can tap into for advice, best practices, knowledge, or just, right? Those aha moments that you need as a business owner. And that added value franchising offers it's just a really beautiful thing. I will also mention that we know specifically that the majority of the candidates that I'm working with or speaking to are looking to make a change from their current employer or their situation that they are in. So whether they've been working in corporate or retired or just looking to do something completely on their own, the dream is always owning their own business and being their own boss. And that's what drives them. And franchising, like you said, is really what makes that a reality for them. And I think that is really what Franchise Strong means to me.
I couldn't have said it better, Christine. That's right on the money. And I will tell you, I agree with you. If there's one thing that we hear over and over when our consultants are working with candidates and they become franchise owners is, I wish I had done this sooner. Right? I'm sure you hear that too,
I hear
right?
It a lot.
It's so true. People just really don't realize it until they get involved with it. And what a wonderful space it is for support, for their future, for themselves, for their family. I could not have said it better. So I want to thank you so much, Kristina, for your involvement today and for spending time with us. I know everybody is very, very busy. Audience, I want to thank you for your time. Please be sure to subscribe to our channel to stay up to date. But I'm going to turn it over to you, Kristina. Any last words before we wrap up today?
Yeah, first, just a thank you. Thank you so much for having me here. I love any opportunity that I get to talk about HomeWell, our brand, our system of passionate owners, and how we can impact the lives of others daily. So just thank you so much. And I look forward to continuing the conversation.
Well, thank you so much, Kristina. And I will just say it for everyone. Have a FranTastic day.